What if I told you the Mavericks just made a trade so bad it might haunt them for the next decade? A move so short-sighted that it handed the Lakers their next franchise superstar on a silver platter? In the NBA, some trades go down in history as masterstrokes. Others? Well, they end up as cautionary tales. The Mavericks' decision to ship off Luka Doncic in exchange for Anthony Davis, and a shockingly underwhelming package, falls into the latter category. Luka Doncic was nothing less than a basketball phenomenon during 2 amazing seasons with the Dallas Mavericks. With an incredible 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists per game, he guided the Mavericks to the 2024 NBA Finals, so securing his status as one of the league's most brilliant stars. Then, in an action that stunned the whole basketball community, Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison decided against all logic to trade the 25-year-old Slovenian sensation. Patrick Dumont, the team's new owner, supported the action and left supporters stunned. The aftermath from this exchange was seismic. No longer qualified for the Supermax contract, Doncic lost around $100 million in prospective income. Conversely, the Mavericks were left in disarray. Many referred to it as the worst deal in NBA history, and enraged Mavs supporters marched in protest, calling for Nico Harrison's resignation. Still, the dream persisted, far from finished. The Luka transaction seemed to start a catastrophic domino effect. First, one of the main players in the deal, Anthony Davis, got hurt. Daniel Gafford then went down, depriving the Mavericks of a consistent big man because rookie center Derek Lively II was also unavailable. But Kyrie Irving tearing his ACL marked the last, most severe blow. Irving had led the NBA in minutes played since that fatal move. Hence, this damage was directly related to the Doncic trade. Worse, the new Mavericks ownership revealed a substantial rise in season ticket pricing the same day Irving was ruled out for the season. The timing was absolutely hostile, not even close to tone-deaf. Although fans were already enraged, this action confirmed the belief that the new ownership gave more importance to earnings than the success of the team. Everything that might go wrong had gone wrong since Mark Cuban sold the team. Everybody's main concern was straightforward. Why? Why would Nico Harrison and the new owners take away a generational gift destined to be the best player in team history? We have to return to October 2023 to grasp this perplexing choice. Longtime owner Mark Cuban made news that month when he sold the Dumont family the bulk of the Dallas Mavericks for an amazing $3.5 billion. Patrick Dumont, president and COO of Las Vegas Sands, the third largest casino in the United States, oversaw the arrangement of the deal. Married into the affluent Adelson family, Dumont had much more ambitious ideas than just running a basketball franchise. Legalizing gambling in Texas and developing a large resort in Dallas with a casino, convention center, luxury restaurants, and brand new stadium for the Mavericks are his main objectives. Dumont also discussed his goals for the team, saying he wants the Mavericks to be the top franchise in the world during the next 20 years. But inheriting a faltering squad in rebuild mode would have made this far more challenging. Rather, he replaced a squad that had just made the NBA Finals mostly due to one man, Luka Doncic. Despite this, Dumont approved the shocking trade, showing he had no problem angering an entire fan base. What made things worse was his apparent lack of appreciation for Doncic. In the aftermath of the deal, Dumont offered a vague explanation, saying, "In my mind, the way teams win is by focus, by having the right character, the right culture, and the right dedication to hard work. If you're not doing that, you're going to lose." The greats of the game, Jordan, Bird, Kobe, Shaq, worked hard every day with a singular focus to win. If you don't have that, you shouldn't be part of the Dallas Mavericks. These comments felt like a thinly veiled shot at Doncic, as if he wasn't committed enough to winning. But anyone who watched him play knew otherwise. He had led an underwhelming supporting cast to the NBA Finals. He had delivered countless clutch performances. He had carried Dallas on his back. So why question his dedication? Dumont and Cuban couldn't be more different. Cuban spent millions right away to upgrade the Mavericks when he took over in 2000. He constructed a modern practice building, Guaranteed players flew in the most opulent private planes on demand and fed the team exquisite cuisine. Cuban was a fervent fan, not only a proprietor. He clashed with officials, cheered in the fans, and always gave winning first priority over anything else. Dumont, on the other hand, approached the group as though it were a commercial investment. Showing up for games in costly outfits, he soon demonstrated that his first concern was money. That became even more clear on March 3, 2025, when the Mavericks revealed an 8.61% raise in season ticket pricing despite the team's hardships and run of injuries. The timing of this choice was horrible and showed total lack of awareness. None of this would have occurred had Cuban been in command. Once so dedicated to retaining Doncic in Dallas, he declared famously, "If I had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka on the Mavs, catch me at my lawyer's office prepping for a divorce." But barely 15 months after Cuban sold the team, Dumont and Harrison had essentially undone years of effort, alienating supporters and undermining the future of the franchise. Harrison, a former Nike executive, had long been skeptical of Doncic's off-court habits. He was a fitness fanatic who likely disapproved of Luka's more relaxed approach to conditioning. But despite Doncic's supposed weight concerns, he had consistently played over 60 games per season. Yet Harrison believed Doncic would eventually become injury-prone. If that were truly the case, though, why did he trade for Anthony Davis, a player with a well-documented history of injuries? Since winning a championship with the Lakers in 2020, Davis has played more than 60 games in just one season. At the time of the trade, he was already dealing with an abdominal injury. So let's get this straight. Anthony Davis is 32 years old, owed a whopping $112 million through 2027, and will probably need another max extension after that. By then, he'll be 34, and his body will likely be held together by athletic tape and prayer. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic, whose game isn't built on freakish athleticism, but rather pure skill, could be dominant well past 35. And yet, for just 2 years of Davis's prime, on February 25th, he secured his first triple-double in Lakers colors, leading LA to an 8-game win streak and instantly making them title contenders. In contrast, the Mavs had imploded thanks to a series of mind-boggling trades. One such blunder, trading Quentin Grimes for Caleb Martin. The logic, Grimes was an impending free agent and Martin was cheaper. The reality, Grimes was balling out in Philly, dropping 44 points in one game, while Martin hadn't even suited up for Dallas yet. Now, to make things even worse, the Mavs are in a financial chokehold. Kyrie Irving has a $44 million player option next season, and even though he'll still be rehabbing, he's almost certainly opting out. Why? Leverage. The Mavs can't replace him, they don't have the cap space for a comparable player, and they hold his bird rights, meaning they're the only team that can pay him what he wants. So, like it or not, they're stuck with Kyrie for another expensive, injury-riddled run. If there's one lesson to take from this disaster, it's that short-term desperation rarely leads to long-term success. The Mavericks didn't just lose a trade, they may have set their franchise back a decade while handing the Lakers a golden ticket. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and do hit the bell icon on your way out.